Really do whatever I really need to do to it. I typically use a really thick moisturizer first thing in the morning. I love the Kate Somerville Dry Skin Salve, I think it's called, or Savor maybe. That's probably my favorite lotion of all time. But for right now, I'm just using The Ordinary, the natural moisturizing factors. It's also a good one. It's just really thin, so I find that I go through it really quick. In terms of like an eye cream, I found this one by Face Story. It's Me, Myself, and I. It's a refreshing eye cream and it feels really nice in the eyes. I typically douse myself with so much eye cream just because that area of your face always needs moisture. But the last 2 weeks I've been rubbing my eyes, so especially right now I am definitely putting lots on. And then other than that, I have a couple of scars that I could treat on my face. So anywhere that is like starting to scar from a pimple or something, I have this like Clear Start. It's a post spot fix. I honestly don't know if it's working. I got it as like a bonus with one of my Sephora orders. I'm not 100% sold on this. Glad it was free. Yeah, so anywhere I have a dark spot, I'll like pop that on and hope it works, but these are slowly starting to go away. I have been using a toner to get rid of some of the spots and like unevenness of texture in my skin, so slowly but surely these spots will go away. They have in the past. It just takes time and I'm super impatient. Anyways, now we're kind of ready for a little bit of makeup. I do not wear too much, especially working from home. I don't feel the need to put on a ton, but I'll always curl my eyelashes. Okay, there we go. It makes such a big difference. I find like I feel like a whole new person once my eyelashes are curled. One thing I have been using lately is a lash or brow serum to really help with growth. Okay, I'm going to comb up my eyebrows. I don't like the ones with color. I have it, but I just find that they look really, I don't know, sticky or something. And these, I mean, I touch my face a lot, so, which isn't a great thing. That's probably why I got sick, but yeah, these won't stay like this the entire day, but they'll stay like this most of the day. Other than that, we just pop on some blush. This is my absolute favorite piece of makeup I think I've ever owned. It's the Ilia Multi-Stick, and I think this one's called Dreamer. It, you can use it as a lipstick. I'm almost done. This is my second one. They're not cheap, but I use this every single day. I always pop on a bunch, and you could also use it for your lips. So favorite one, and then I just kind of spread it around. Yeah, we're ready. We're just gonna add some jewelry and then head to the kitchen. Just kidding. First I need to make my bed. It is a little less earlier than earlier on. That whole sentence made sense. I still have a lot to do, but because I'm feeling better, I feel so much more willing and motivated and excited to like life right now. Dylan and I got engaged back in July, so pretty recently. I would say it was the end of July that we got engaged. I started looking up like wedding checklists and stuff you're supposed to do at this month and that month, and it totally stressed me out. So I immediately went into Notion and made this like awesome dashboard. I'm going to move this way just in case I like pop things up on the screen. But so I made this dashboard and then, figured, okay, well, people plan their weddings like 2 years in advance, 3 years in advance. Like I could start planning now. We're only waiting a year. What does that look like? What's available to us? So Dylan and I made this list of like what we did want at a wedding and what we didn't want at a wedding. And so I wrote down that list, we implemented it, and both of us like were very much on the same page. There was nothing that he said that I didn't want or vice versa. It was like, okay, sweet, like same. We take this list and I start looking for places. We looked at different things. We looked at cabins, we looked at community halls, we looked at houses, and we looked at breweries. And one of our other favorite things to do is really to connect with people like socially drinking. I feel like we have the best times when we randomly pop down at the brewery that's down the street, have a couple pints, and have a little bit of a runaway. That's like a really great time for us. So we kind of wanted to have like the same sort of vibes for the wedding. So then we started looking at breweries and like what they cost to rent out, and everything is like a lot of money. Like I cannot believe once you put the word wedding on anything, how much of a surcharge it is to rent out a room. It's actually absurd. I started emailing people saying, it's not like a wedding because we're not having a ceremony or speeches. We don't have a bridal party. We won't have dancing. Like it's just a place to gather and have beer. It's like as if it was my birthday or Dylan's birthday, and asked for a reservation for people to show up and have drinks with us. Like there's nothing different about this. And we just kept getting like, oh, it's $10,000 to do this. It's $9,000 to do this. It's $7,000 to do this. And we were just like, okay, like we're probably not gonna do this. Like we'll keep looking, but we're like, it's just not gonna work. And the reason being is like, not that we necessarily couldn't afford it, it's just like, I think it's absurd to spend that much money when you could, if you wanted to purchase a house, not that we want to, but you could put that money towards that. You could put it towards travel. You could savings. Like there's no reason to spend that much money on one day, and that's just us. We do not see the point in it. Anyways, we kept emailing places and looking at community halls and then checking to see if we could do it at a house and all sorts of stuff, and we landed finally on a venue that not only made the most sense, but they're super flexible. They seem like good guys, and we're really hyped about this place. We have a spot, a location where we can gather with our friends and family. They can have a drink, we can hang out, and it's super casual. There's no pressure to get dressed up. You can bring your kids, you can bring your dogs. It's like a very, very casual setting. Again, like I said, just like as if it was like a birthday party and you were coming to hang out with your friend. That's kind of like the vibe of what we're doing together. For our ceremony, we are doing immediate family only, and we're driving out to the bushes someplace in the Kananaskis area, I believe, is what we've kind of decided on. We still need to scout for spots, but we are hoping to not drive too far away, but far enough that we still get our mountains in the background and, us in the trees. We spend a lot of time in the bushes, so kind of reflecting a lot of what we do in our summertime, even in the wintertime, in some of those photos would be amazing. I just like the concept of having our family there only because it's such a big moment for them as well, not only for just us, but yeah, for them. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that's like, I'm hyped for all of it, but I'm really excited for that portion of it. Now, all the other small things. We got really fortunate with the food that is at the venue. We are having like really casual, like kind of pubby bar food. So that is all taken care of, which I'm super excited about, having a hot dog on my wedding day. That sounds rad. The next thing we are also doing is I'm potentially going to make my own cake at the Airbnb that we rented out. I'm not 100% certain if I'll have time. I really don't want to be stressed out doing a bunch of stuff. I just kind of want to enjoy it. So I might make just like a plain white cake with like a chocolate ganache, cover it in white, take 2 Polaroid photos of Dylan and I and stick it in. I saw it on Pinterest and I thought it was so simple and like awesome. If I have the photo, I'll pop it up here, but I just think it's so cute. So if I have time, I will be doing that. But no one remembers the cake, I'm not gonna lie. I think, I can't remember how many weddings I've been to, but it's definitely more than 2 handfuls, and I have never once remembered eating a cake. I remember that we got cake, but nothing was like exciting or good about a cake. So we're doing ice cream from our favorite place, which I'm really excited about. We pre-ordered our favorite flavors and then like a classic vanilla of like personalized sized ice creams, and that will be our dessert that night. Okay, the dress and the suit. So these are things that, yes, are definitely important for photos and all of that good stuff, but they cost a lot of money, and I'm not interested in spending a lot of money on a one-time wear thing. Thankfully, Dylan just like got a suit very recently from someone else's wedding, and essentially all he really needs to do is buy a new shirt underneath and then get his cowboy hat reshaped and his boots resoled, and then I'm pretty sure we're good, like really good to go there. For me, I was hoping to buy like a budget dress, essentially buying something from Aritzia that was just white and then like maybe decorating it with some lace or like doing my hair nice. That was my hope. I ordered a dress and it did not fit the vibe whatsoever. The material was so nice, but it just didn't fit me really well, and I haven't seen any other white dresses that I really like yet. I was looking, and then finally I thought, you know what, maybe I'll look at a bridal store and see if they have a sale section. So I found a beautiful dress in the sale section of Anthropologie. I ordered, and it was over the price that I would have liked to spend on a dress. However, it was within the budget. My budget for a dress includes like accessories and shoes. It was well within that range. And yeah, we went for it. We ordered 2 sizes, and I had 2 of my best friends come over and help me through this. Like, I feel really awkward about some of the process of a wedding. So I got them to open the boxes for me, and we pulled out the dress, and the dress looked stunning. I definitely don't think if I saw this like on a rack in a store that I would be like, that's the one. I like definitely don't think so. But it definitely checks all the boxes for me. I literally tried on this dress and it fit like a glove. It was way too perfect to be true. And then I returned the other size, and I have a wedding dress already, which is crazy, you know, that we're just this well planned out in advance. Yeah, that's where we're at with wedding planning. It's like insane that things kind of came together. I have a hard number that I would like to spend at the wedding, or like, I guess like I wouldn't like to spend over it. And so I am tracking every little detail that goes towards this and calculating it. And then I want to do a breakdown video of how I did my like budget wedding in a future video next year. I'm including crazy things like gas traveling down, our haircuts, manicures and pedicures. I'm tracking everything. I just want to know every little detail that went into the day. And I think it's important just because those small things do slide through the cracks. Like, it's not just booking a venue, booking a photographer, your food and dessert, a dress, a suit. It's not just that. It is everything else that goes around it. Stationery, like, there's just so many things to it. So I definitely want to make sure that I capture everything so I have a very good idea of how I'm doing it, what I did, what I could have done better, and I could pass along that information. I definitely don't think you need to spend 10 grand or 11 grand or whatever the minimum spend is at a venue. You definitely do not need to have a good time on your day. There's certain venues that I did find that would have been a little bit cheaper than what we did end up doing or what we are going to do, but we would have to set up the entire place and then take down the entire place, and that's definitely not something we want to be doing with our time that weekend. So yeah, that is the wedding, I guess, bit that we have kind of organized. So our wedding date also is booked for July, which is really nice, one of my favorite months. I really like June and July. They're hot, there's lots of sun, and yeah, it's like a happy, I don't know, those are happy months for me. So yeah, it's like 10 months away, which is like, I feel like that's gonna fly by, especially with holidays in between and travel that we have booked. So it'll be a really, really busy year, but a really good year. We basically have nothing else to plan. So far, pretty stress-free. We're gonna rock that for a bit. I need to continue with the rest of my morning. I'm going to catch some sun rays, potentially make a second coffee for myself, and then jump into work. Thank you for listening to my little wedding spiel and getting ready with me this morning.